Hi, my name's Deana. I'm a senior majoring in biology, and I'm going to be doing a STEMbyte on exam attack plan, and it's going to be shelter-in-place edition. Since I don't know if any of you guys noticed that taking exams are a little different. Definitely have to take a lot of different steps before taking the exam, and then also while taking the exam. So I just put together something based on my experiences since taking. I think I've taken 3 exams since we've been in shelter-in-place, and I've kind of just put up all my notes together of how the difficulties I faced, what I did to change it, and how to like officially take the exam next time. So I'm going to share it right now. Is it up?
Yeah.
All right, so this is kind of what I put together. I kind of realized there's a lot of more, yeah, I put some little memes in there of things, because my computer lately has been shutting down a lot during like Zoom lectures and even just taking the exam. Definitely my Chromebook can't take it. But what I've noticed is there's a lot of prepping more than, I've been having to prep more for the exam than during the exam, because there's a lot of things that I came across when I first took my first exam right when we got into the shelter in place. So I put the list down to what I think will make it so that you can efficiently take it and feel more comfortable. Because things we have to consider is that we're no longer in a place where we're on a desk, where we're comfortable, and where it's like quiet. I don't know if everyone's living situation, but sometimes it's a little harder to even have like a desk, for instance. So these are just steps that I feel like people should take in order to make it so that they can take the test efficiently and feel like they're very prepared for it. So just to go down the list, and at any point, anyone can chime in and see whether or not they've faced this or how they what they did to solve it. So the first one is like, how will the exam be administered? So I've had exams be administered through like a Google Docs, a Word doc, sometimes on Canvas. And I feel like taking time to email your professor ahead of time to figure out whether or not you should be expecting an email, or if you should be waiting for the time the exam opens on Canvas, because for some instances, teachers set like a time limit. So it'll open at this time and close at this time. You want to make sure that you're set and ready to take the exam the moment it's available. So definitely taking time to ask your professor whether or not, I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have already taken midterms at this point, but for one of my classes, like for physics, he's changing the way he's giving the test. So making sure that he or she makes that clear is very important so that you're prepared for that day, so you don't get any surprises of like, oh my God, I can't access the test and I'm running out of time. And another thing is how to turn in the exam. So sometimes if it's through Canvas, it's as easy as like submit, make sure that it like you made it before the time stamp and you're not going to lose any points for being late. Another thing is whether or not you have to email it back. And for some instances, teachers might want you to email back to their email or through Canvas inbox. That's another option that I've had so far too. And sometimes some professors want you to like download the file and name it a certain way. So knowing those kind of things ahead of time is important. One issue I faced the first time I took an exam since the shelter in place was downloading the docs, titling it, and then getting an email draft, getting an email ready. It took me longer than I thought it would, because I thought it would be like pretty quick. So something that I thought of was maybe before the exam is emailed to you, or even the night before, draft an email ready so that you can just attach the exam. So it's like less time you have to even think about it. Because if you have to, if you're on a time crunch, you have to include the time that to email that exam back to the professor. So I think it is important to include that so that way you're not running out of time. Okay, and then time exam is due. So for some of my professors, they said that whether they will dock points if the exam is late. So that's important to know ahead of time. So that way you're not. So like I said, I was rushing to try to get the email in to him on time because I didn't want any like points docked for being late. So something I did was set alarms. So 10 or 15 minutes before it's due. So that way you know, hey, you're at the last 10 minutes make sure that you stop what you're doing and start making the email or start getting ready to submit this exam. Because typically when you're in a classroom, depending on the professor you have, they'll give you like the 10-minute heads up or the 5-minute heads up. You don't have that when you're at home. So just making sure that you set yourself a time limit is really important. Not only that, you could also just ask for extra time. So some of my professors have been lenient about giving an extra 10 or 5 minutes included to the typical like time slot that they have for their usual class, because they know that it might take a little bit more time. If if your professors are not including that, maybe like talk to them about it, and be like, and just come to an agreement so that they can understand, because most professors are really understanding right now. So it's something that you should really voice, because it's very important so that you don't feel like you're like more rushed. Another thing is preparing your exam station. So I didn't realize how big of an issue it was going to be, because I don't expect people to take their exams on their bed, but if you do, make it as comfortable as it can be, as like try to make it so that you visualize yourself taking the exam in that spot. Because when you're in a classroom, one of the things I would always tell people is like sit where you typically sit during lecture, because in that way you feel more comfortable, you have better memory retention. But in this case, you're at home, so you have to find a different spot and a different way to take the exam. So it's really taking the day before to be like, okay, I'm gonna take the exam here. I'm gonna have this ready. Even just setting up your laptop or anything, just so that you're prepared to make yourself more comfortable and make it feel more natural is really important. So then the other thing is, since it's take-home exams, a lot of professors are allowing it to be open note and open textbook. So one of the biggest issues with this is that some students might not study as much or just not study at all. The thing is, um, this can be an issue because you are still in a time limit, and it does take longer than you think to look up an answer that you did not previously study. So one of the things I always tell people is like still take notes. If anything, make a cheat sheet. So the cheat sheet should be like the quick like fact check, quick answers, quick formulas, anything that makes it fast. So like that way you fact check yourself. And it's also a great way to study. I've noticed that anytime I make a cheat sheet, I remember more than half of the things on there, and I don't even have to look at it. And then just exam day key points. I just took some of the things I had in my previous exam attack plan, which was like taking exams when we weren't in shelter in place, and I still think they still apply to still taking exams at home, which is like just looking through the exam quickly, like is it multiple choice, a free response, just really become familiar with the exam in the first few minutes. Definitely prioritize heavy points. It's important to get those out of the way and basically answer the ones that you know best and you're most confident about, because you're gonna get the make sure that you get as many points as you can in that time crunch, and then just go back if you have time to answer the other ones. And another big thing that I really like to do is, if you can diagram or outline ideas to answer the question, definitely take that time, because it's worth it. Because sometimes you know more than you think, and you don't realize it until you lay it all out. So it's definitely important to diagram or bullet point these things. And these are just things that I've come to realize help me perform well on exams, and hopefully they are useful to you guys as well. And I would like to ask questions to you guys if there is anything that you've noticed you've had difficulties with since you started taking exams in shelter in place, and I would like to see you. I would like to hear those things that you guys came up with.
Yeah, I haven't had to take exams yet, but I'm interested to see as well, like what students are having issues with in regards to taking exams online.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest problems I've had is just instructors putting exams on Canvas, but not really knowing how to put an exam on Canvas.
Oh,
Like I had one professor where the exam and the options for the answer were all typed into the question, and then you had to just kind of hope you were clicking on the corresponding dot, which was terrifying. And it's a lot harder to take an exam at your house than it is at school. It's really hard to focus.
No, I definitely agree. I didn't realize how much it was going to impact me until the day of the exam. I was way more anxious and nervous than I thought it would be. I was like, oh, I'm going to be home and be more relaxed. It was the complete opposite. So that's the reason, like, okay, I have to change how I'm doing this for the next one.
Yup.
Also, did your professors, like, for your instance, Sarah, did they take time to ask you guys how the exam went?
Nope.
No.
I got an email like a week before the exam saying it would be available between this time and this time. If you miss it, you miss it. There will be no makeups. You can't like take it any other time. And then we took the test. He gave us the scores. That was it.
Wow, I'm shocked because that's the other thing I was going to say is like make sure to give your professors feedback. So something that one of my instructors did was like, okay, let me know what went well and what went horribly, and then they changed it.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you should
we'll
give your
definitely-
professor feedback
yeah.
whether they request it or not.
yeah, definitely, because there's one more exam. So
Yeah, I've taken like 3 exams and it's been pretty rough. Like one of them was a bio lab exam and I woke up late and I only had like 36 minutes to complete it and I was like, oh, okay, like should have like prepared better for that. But like also like another good point that you pointed out was like actually studying for tests and like not just going in thinking like, oh yeah, like it's open note, like I can like find all the stuff. Like no, you have to like be pretty organized with it. That's why I actually like completed that test in 36 minutes because I prepped for it. So like it didn't mess me up that I like woke up late, but I should have been more on top of my you know, my schedule. But so I had organized notes, but then for like my lecture exam, that was a lot more heavy on like notes. So that took, you know, quite a while to complete and I should have like studied more for that test. So it kind of like I see like where you're coming from, like just being organized before the exam like really helps and not just relax, like actually going through it. Yeah. And like I think some professors like they obviously like don't really know how to use Canvas. So I see where Sarah's coming from because like there was a test I took for GEP and it was like kind of hard not to navigate, but there was like some glitches in the test. Like there's some empty like blanks and stuff and we're kind of just like, what do we do for that, you know? So it's like it's a lot of getting used to, but I agree. I think like professors would benefit from like getting feedback.
Yeah, because I feel like it's such a big transition for them too, and a lot of them didn't even like they didn't previously do exams or quizzes on Canvas, and they're trying to like quickly do it. So I feel like feedback is like the key thing here, especially if you have more exams to come, and it's important because it's your grade. And they might just curve it differently because of the fact that they didn't consider that the Canvas exam is not showing up the same way I thought it would for the students, because it also looks very different for them, the format. So feedback's very important. Oh, another thing about studying ahead of time, one of my professors told me that he's writing the questions so that we cannot look up things on our notes. That's the other thing too. So it's not like direct answers. So I don't know if your professors are changing up their exam format. Like they're changing the question so that it takes a lot more thinking than just like, what is the definition of this?
Yeah.
So that's the other reason I feel like you should really take time to study and make a.
Yeah, I think you might see that in a lot of the upper division courses. I'm TAing for Bio 131, and I know we're not going to try and like trick anybody or be a little shifty like that, but I can see that happening in a lot of upper division courses.
Any more comments?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's great to prepare and make the study sheet or like the cheat sheet, especially if you have a cumulative final. It's only going to benefit you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting to see how they give the final. I'm kind of nervous about that.
Yeah.
Also for my lab, my bio lab, my instructors said that if we earn like a 90% or higher in the class before the final, we don't have to take it.
Oh.
Which is like
Nice.
yeah.
Which bio class is it for the lab?
325.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of rough. I wish we were in lab, you know, because I'm in 2 labs this semester,
Mm.
and like, yeah, we get like she gave us like pretty easy points by just filling out like the lab assignments and stuff, which is basically like seeing if you know what's going on. But it's so much different like than doing it in like real life, like hands-on.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Especially for that class. I feel like I learned more by doing than just reading about it. So. Any last comment?
How many people know what format their finals will be in?
I think they're Canvas exams.
Yeah, most of mine are Canvas exams.
Yeah.
I think mine are still gonna be Word docs. And it's just gonna be email.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think for calculus, what we had to do, so actually, yeah, I had 4 exams, but the calculus one wasn't online. It was like a take-home test. So we had to print it out and then like complete it and then scan it and turn it in. So yeah.
Interesting.
I think
did
that's how
that
the
go?
fun would be. It was like actually pretty easy because it was like 11 pages. At first that really intimidated me, but then I like went through and like looked at it. So he gave us like a week to complete it. So like from like Monday to Friday we had like that time to complete it and then turn it in by like 7 p.m. on Friday. So I think that helped with like not having that too much of a like time constraint, you know what I mean? So it was a little bit more relaxed and I feel like that made me do better on it.
Because for one of my classes, they tried doing that first, and it didn't go well because he wanted it like from like 9:20 to 10:40,
Mm-hmm.
print it, do it, scan it. And I think if he would have added more time, that would have worked, but
Yeah.
they didn't. So he just tells us to fill it out with like downloading the docs and just type it up the answers.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
And some people don't have like scanners, like I don't. Like
Mhm.
I had to, like when I was grading papers, I had students turn in like a paper version of their intro for their research paper before this thing happened. And so I just edited their papers and then took pictures of each
Yeah.
paper and sent it to them. So
There's also like scanner apps and stuff that like can help with that. That's what I've used too. And like I do have a scanner, but sometimes if I'm like finish something, which has happened, like I'll just
Yeah.
like quickly like take picture and like submit it. So.
Yeah, I have this app called Cam Scanner.
Cam scanner.
Yeah, it works pretty well. It gives you the option of directly upload to Canvas too.
Oh,
So you can save it as a PDF on your Google Drive or just completely upload it to Canvas.
Yeah.
Because I had to use it for another class last semester. That was workbook pages for homework.
There's also like
good to know.
Lenses or Microsoft Lens or something like that. in the App
Oh,
Store.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Deanna. That was a really good discussion, and